The battlefield was silent. The Israelite soldiers stood frozen, their hearts pounding in their chests. Before them, a single man, if you could even call him that, stood towering over 9 feet tall. His armor alone weighed more than an average man, and his voice echoed through the valley like rolling thunder. "Send me a man that we may fight." Goliath, the Philistine giant, the terror of Israel. But here is the real question. Was Goliath just an anomaly, or was he part of a much larger mystery, one that traces back to the dawn of humanity? Because long before Goliath, the Bible speaks of another race of giants, the Nephilim. Who were they? Where did they come from? And is there evidence that they really existed? The mystery of the Nephilim begins in the earliest pages of the Bible, in a passage that has puzzled scholars for centuries. Genesis 6:1-4 states, "When men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they took wives for themselves, whomever they chose. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God came in to the daughters of men, and they bore children to them. These were the mighty men who were of old, the men of renown." This passage raises more questions than answers. Who were these sons of God? And how did their union with human women result in the birth of giants? Some ancient texts, like the Book of Enoch, provide an unsettling explanation. According to Enoch, the sons of God were not ordinary men. They were fallen angels, powerful beings who descended to earth and corrupted mankind. They did more than just take human wives. They taught humanity dark knowledge, forbidden secrets of weapon-making, sorcery, and manipulation of the natural world. And the result? Their children, the Nephilim, were monstrous, unnatural, and powerful beyond imagination. Enoch describes them as violent, cannibalistic giants who ravaged the earth. Their very existence became a curse upon humanity, so much so that God himself decided to wipe them out. Many scholars believe that this is one of the hidden reasons for the Great Flood in Noah's time. It was not just to cleanse the world of human sin, it was to erase the Nephilim and their corrupted bloodline from existence. But did it really work? Because Genesis 6 makes a chilling statement. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward. What does that mean? If the flood wiped them out, how did they return? Fast forward to the time of Moses. As the Israelites prepared to enter the Promised Land, they encountered a terrifying obstacle. In Numbers 13:32-33, spies sent to scout the land returned with a fearful report. "The land we explored devours its inhabitants, and all the people we saw there are of great size. We saw the Nephilim there. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them." The Nephilim had survived. Later, the Bible mentions several groups of giants. The Rephaim, the Anakim, the Zamzummim, all feared for their immense size and strength. Could these have been the descendants of the Nephilim? And then, of course, there was Goliath, the last famous remnant of the ancient giants. When David faced him, he was not just fighting a man. He was standing against the echoes of an ancient supernatural bloodline that had terrorized humanity for generations. Many believe that the Nephilim were completely wiped out. But what if they were not? What if remnants of their bloodline still exist, hidden in remote parts of the world? Some researchers point to ancient structures like the pyramids, Stonehenge, and massive megalithic ruins that seem almost impossible for humans to have built alone. Could the Nephilim, with their supernatural strength, have played a role in ancient civilizations? Even more disturbing, there have been giant skeletons reportedly found all over the world. Some as tall as 10, 15, even 20 feet. Many of these reports vanish, covered up or dismissed as hoaxes. But could they be evidence that the Nephilim were real and that their existence is something we were never meant to uncover? Here is the most chilling part of this mystery. The Bible hints that the fallen angels, the very beings who fathered the Nephilim, will return in the last days. Jesus himself warned in Matthew 24:37, "As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be at the coming of the Son of Man." If the days of Noah were marked by the corruption of humanity by the Nephilim, what does that mean for the future? Could there be a new rise of the Nephilim, not as physical giants, but as something more advanced, more deceptive? Could this explain the increasing reports of supernatural events, genetic manipulation, and even UFO encounters? Are the Nephilim not just a relic of the past, but a prophecy of the future? The story of the Nephilim is one of the most mysterious and unsettling accounts in the Bible. Some believe they were nothing more than legends, exaggerated over time. Others believe they were very real, and that they shaped ancient history in ways we are only beginning to understand. But now that you know their story, what do you think? Were the Nephilim real? Did giants truly walk the earth? And if they did, could they still be among us today? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to uncover even more biblical mysteries, do not miss my next video. You might never see the world the same way again.